Now, it's one thing when we talk about houses, a lot of times we talk about being house poor, they call it, right? Meaning that you have
they got a nice house, but they have no furniture put in it, right?
nothing, right? You're over your head, right?
That's just like buying a car. That's just like buying a car, and you can't afford to put gas in it, or you can't afford to put the maintenance in it. And that's one reason why I call myself the Queen of Car Loans, because I walk you through the process.
Yes.
My background is special financing, subprime, understand what's going on, what the banks are doing when it comes to buying a car with bruised credit or bad credit, and walking a person through the process. Because if you buy another car in another state, and you got bruised credit, or you got bad credit, I like to say bruised instead of bad, and you need someone to walk you through the process, I'm here for you. That's the purpose of my course is, I'm going to walk you through the process. But what do you do after you buy that car with bruised credit? You actually you go and hopefully you belong to a credit union, right? If you're in the double digits on your interest rate, you need to take yourself to a credit union. You need to join a credit union, and that goes back to, again, when some people get cars that really they can't afford, right? And they are, what you said, house poor, they're car poor.
Car poor, yeah.
Because they can't afford the maintenance. That's just like getting a Range Rover. And did you realize Range Rover oil change is over $100? You know what I mean? Did you realize that? Did you realize a part on a Range Rover is not going to be the average part like a General Motors product? So it's just that when you have that kind of taste, it's okay, because I got my taste is expensive too. And I have to bring it, I have to bring it down. I have to talk to myself. Okay, Regina, can you really afford that? And if I say, Regina, can you really afford that? I say, well, how many more customers do I need to talk to? How many more lives do I need to change? How many more car deals do I need to do?
Right.
How many people do I need to help them get their credit together? What do I need to do? Because everything I do is, when you call me the queen, when I call myself the Queen of Car Loans, it's like an umbrella, up under the umbrella of the Queen of Car Loans, I sell cars. I have the credit piece where, I don't do the credit myself. I'm an agent with the company, and then, I have my online course, keys to your new car with less than perfect credit. So what that is it's walking you through that process and let you know life doesn't always gonna be like this. Don't marry it. It's just like when you buy your first house. If you love that house, okay, stay there 30 years, stay there 40 years, if that's what you want.
Right.
But do you see your vision board? Do you see things on another level? Or do you see yourself being do you see yourself at that same, that same level 10 years from now? And one of the reasons how I've been so successful is that I found my niche. My niche is helping customers with bruised credit get into cars, give them advice, helping them get their credit together. For instance, I want to give you an example.
Yes.
I had a young lady I went to school with, and this happened, I want to say about it was 3 years ago. And she had never bought a car before. And she said, Regina, I never bought a car before. What do I need to do? So I got her in her first car. She was paying 23% interest, right? But she had never bought a car. She had collection accounts. She had a charge off on a couple credit cards charged off. So I put her into a Malibu. And when she got her vehicle, she belonged to I think it was either the Bank of America or Chase. She had an account at one of the big banks, and everybody thinks that they belong to Chase. I'm giving names because it doesn't matter where you live. Bank of America is in every state. Chase Bank is in every state, right? Huntington Bank is in every state. So she belonged to, I think it was Chase or Bank of America. And she's like, I got an account. I'm just going to go refinance at my bank. And I said, Sweet Pea, we're going to, me and you we're going to have a conversation after you buy your car. So what I want you to do is, she ended up calling me like the next day because she was super excited. Right. And I took a 15-minute consultation with her. Right. And we talked, and it was a free consultation because she bought a car from me. And I said to her, you belong to the big three. Okay. You can keep your account there, but you need to go over to your local credit union. So I gave her the name, at a credit union, and she went to go open up an account. And I told her she put $1,000 down with me, right? Mm-hmm. Not with me, but with the bank, right? Mm-hmm. And 6 months later, she was able to refinance her car. Mm-hmm. And she went from 23% interest to 9%. She went from double digits to single digits. Now, is everybody going to be able to do this in 6 months? No, they're not, right? It may take a year. It just depends on your credit situation. But she had just got hired in her job. She was working for a temp service. She got hired in and she was working a part-time job. She refinanced at the credit union. So she went from 60 months on that loan payment. She shortened her term to 48 months because she called me for advice, right? And so she cut her payment in half. And wow. Guess what? 2 years later, I was working at a Ford store, and she had my personal number, my business number, right? But she couldn't find me because I left where I was, right? And what she did was she Googled me. She Googled Regina, the queen of car loans, and it showed up where I was. And she called me and she said, "Regina, remember me?" And I said, yeah. She told me a situation, whatever. And of course I remembered it, right? I don't remember everybody, but I remember their situation. Right. And she traded in the Malibu. She got a brand new Ford EcoSport at 3.99%. Wow. This is 2 years later. 3.99%. Wow. And her credit score, now, well, let me get a little close on this one. Her credit score. Her credit score was like, I think it was 750 or 780, and we pulled TransUnion. And I was like, what? I said, look at God. Look at God. Amen. Because she followed every step of the way. Now, she did text me in between the times and then she forgot that she had been texting me, because I said to her, do you remember texting me? Like, you talked to me a day after you got your car. You text me in between time. She said, I got a new phone. I forgot. A lot of things been going on. But when I saw her credit score, when I put her in that new car, I did a happy dance. And you know why I did a happy dance? Because she followed the system. She followed everything.